Hello and welcome. Today we are in the Tier 8 German battleship Tirpitz. We're playing in a 9 vs 9 with CVs, a submarine and 3 destroyers. There are only 4 real surface combatants. 2 cruisers and 2 battleships, which is actually a great thing for me as I am a full secondary build. And this means that I don't have to be afraid of nearly as many surface ships, and I can freely dodge torpedoes when necessary. Well, most likely. I start out heading straight towards the enemy because this is a standard battle, so there aren't any caps to contest early. But being one of the 2 battleships on our team, I do have to stay safe early, and because our Z-23 decided to go on a sightseeing mission, we don't really have vision on what's coming, so we're going in kind of blind. I do have a Harlem with me for support, which should keep me relatively safe from planes. So, we can see where the Monarch is, and oh, I would like to be in secondary range of that ship. I mean, my secondaries are gonna eat straight through the Monarch because I have IFHE on the secondaries. They can all pen 32mm. So I'm gonna go closer now. There are plenty of islands in front of me, so it's not that dangerous of a proposition. It can be a bit risky, but it shouldn't be too risky. Oh, and there's Congress too. Oh, and there's a Kagero as well. I mean, I guess we're firing all the secondaries today. The focus should be on the Monarch now, though. Kagero went behind the island and, well, Monarch is the big threat. If we can take her out, I can show side to enemy ships. Also, wow, Congress has almost as much HP as the Monarch does. Okay then. Okay, the submarine was spotted. Where is she? Oh, over there. Let's try to... Wait, is she moving forward? She doesn't seem to be moving too much, but she can accelerate, so I spread out the drop a little bit. Anyway, focus is gonna be on the Monarch still. Oh, a kid! Interesting. It's not a destroyer I worry too much about because she only has 1 set of torps, but I do have to slow down right here, because this will slow me down right behind this island, and there's a very good chance the kid torpedoed me. Right, there's a very, very good chance that the kid torped me. And if I slow down and wait a little bit, the torpedo should pass harmlessly in front of me. I mean, that's kind of how it goes. You roughly know where the destroyer is and when they are where, so you roughly know where they are capable of torpedoing. And when you see the torpedoes, you get a beat on whether that's true or not. Of course, it's possible Kit didn't have torps, but, well, as we just saw right now, she did. And now I can just push freely, right? Because there is no kid with torpedoes anymore in front of me. And Kagero is already gone, so I don't have to worry about torps, because Monarch and Congress don't have torpedoes. And Monarch is showing a lot of broadside right now. Ouch! 25k damage, and I knocked out one of the turrets too. Even if she uses damage control party to get it back online, it still reset the reload on it. And now the secondaries are going off, and now I'm angled, so it's not too worrying. Earlier I wasn't angled for that one Monarch salvo, because as you can see I was busy with the submarine, but this salvo coming in here right now could have done a lot of damage to me. However, I was just lucky. But it does show that the increased multitasking required because of the submarines does create some difficulties. Because you want everyone to dump the ASW planes on a submarine whenever possible. But this also means that they're not paying quite as much attention to exactly what their ship is doing, as, you know, this is an extra thing that people now need to do. Anyway, goodbye Congress. Or maybe not yet. In a moment though. Goodbye now. Okay. Now it's time to focus on the submarine in front of me. Definitely not worth trying to chase the kid. Our Z-23 is still sightseeing. I hope the sights are worth it. Let's try to lead enough this time. Let's see. Does this work out? Maybe not. Landing these airstrikes is not the easiest thing. It's pretty much like landing an well, almost like landing an airstrike with the Dutch heavy cruisers. Wait, what? She actually surfaced? Why? She's gonna take so much damage from just my secondaries hitting somewhere in her vicinity. I mean, look at that. She lost like 20% of her HP to that. Okay, I'll take it. Let's try another salvo, and oh, a Kagera is coming in for our salmon, who does not have any battery left, so she surfaces, but hopefully we can... Oh, okay, the salmon and the Kagera actually rammed one another. Wow. That's... Oh. And we got the submarine by a flooding that was caused by a depth charge. Well, this means that everything in front of me is now clear though. There is no submarine to torp me, there is no destroyer to torp me, and the kid finished the Z-23 sightseeing tour. Wait, did that plane just hit my ship? Let's rewatch that. Well, she got really close to the bow. Anyway, the game's looking pretty good. Our Z-10 still has a lot of HP, I still have a lot of HP, we still have a Kagero, CV, the enemy team only has the kid, a Z-23 that's in front of me somewhere, and a Haarlem. The Z-23 is probably extremely close to the cap zone, and I should definitely be worried. If only we had a CV that could go and spot her, right? If only. But I can understand it, the game is pretty much over, so at this point it's farm as much as you can. But I do need to actually turn away here, because it's going to be dangerous. Z-23 is probably gonna take that chance of torping me. So I'm gonna start turning out. And hey, if this increases the time I can secondary the Haarlem, then even better. It's awfully nice of her to go broadside on as well. Oh, planes, huh? Oh no, I am so worried. And the Z-23 has entered the cap zone. Graf Zeppelin, I believe in you. I believe that you can spot her so that you can smoke up. Which is exactly what's happening. Hello, Z-23. And we're just gonna head towards the cap zone. Hey, torpedoes that I mentioned. A little later than I thought they were gonna arrive though. Our Haarlem is also in the cap zone. The enemy cap zone, that is. You know what, Charles Martel, this would be the perfect opportunity for you to rush the cap zone. There is only a destroyer in there, nothing else. A destroyer that has already used her torpedoes. You have completely full HP, and your torpedoes are unlikely to be enough for the job. But hey, I guess it's not exactly my problem anymore, because I am much further away. I've got to deal with a CV, but I have a Haarlem for that next to me. Oh, hello kid. Would you like some secondaries? It's gonna take forever for the turrets to turn though. And hey, maybe I shouldn't turn them because we found the Lexington. Hello, Mr. Aircraft Carrier. Would you like some 380mm AP shells? I can give you a special delivery. It'll be extremely quick. Well, if we can spot her, that is. I should, though. Lexington doesn't have that great concealment. Well, the Z-23 was chased out of the cap zone, because our CV pushed into the cap zone. And I'm guessing the Z-23 smoke also ran out. But our Graf Zeppelin took the actual ship into the cap zone to fight off the destroyer. That is pretty amazing. The Lexington's coming to strike again. Probably gonna target the Haarlem because I have a lot of HP right now. And the Haarlem is probably any better target to actually sink right now. Lexington is showing some sight, so perhaps we might be able to finish her off fairly quickly. 8k on the front turrets, well, almost 9k. I guess we'll have to take this path around the island. 7.7k on the rear turrets. I mean, that was what? 16k damage in effectively a full broadside. That's about as much HP as she has left. I bet these rocket planes are also meant for the Haarlem rather than me, so me being exactly in the way is very good. Oh, 285 HP on the Lexington. Okay then. Goodbye. Gegnerischer Flugzeugträger gesunken. Is something you'd always like to hear, isn't it? Wow, the Lexington actually did strike me. I am surprised. I have 4 kills in a 9 versus 9, by the way. I would really like to get that one kid. That way, I would get a Kraken Unleashed in a 9 versus 9. But it does seem rather unlikely considering how far away the kid is and the fact that a Kagero with a lot of HP, a Charles Martel with a lot of HP, and the Zeten with a lot of HP are all bearing down on her position. And I am really far away. I think I shouldn't even try to use my heal right now, because maybe that extra tick of adrenaline rush gets me to fire my guns a little earlier, so I can get my Kraken. Or maybe not. I could also just take the capstone, I suppose, which should give me a lot of XP. But the game is definitely over at this point. There is no way a kid can win against 2 battleships. Well, I suppose a battleship and a battle cruiser. 2 cruisers, both heavy cruisers at that, and a destroyer. Wait, what? I'm spotted? So the oh! Hello, kid! Secondaries, of course. Well, I suppose she is gonna be behind the island, but this does decap us. So this was actually really smart by that kid. That guy is definitely trying. And playing really well at that. Although I think he missed on the Haarlem, but still. He fired right before he got behind the island, which means that she isn't gonna get punished in return. But she was able to decap us. I guess I'll just keep chasing. Oh, and she's still firing. Huh. And now she's gonna juke us with the smoke screen, which is also a pretty smart maneuver, but she is gonna take some damage for this one. Or maybe not. Oh, okay, a secondary hit. And she does keep shelling me, which does decap us further. And if she does actually keep shelling me like this, there is no reason to stay in the cap zone. I would also bet that the kid is likely to torpedo me. So, it is time to basically do what we did. Never mind. Hello, torpedoes. And they missed. But I think even if she had got the read on my ship perfectly, it probably wouldn't have been enough. Because I still have a lot of HP, I still have heals. I use my planes to try to get a beat on the kids through the AA, but sadly her AA has been turned off. Do I damage on the fire, or does this improve my adrenaline rush even further? It improves my adrenaline rush even further. So we're not gonna damage on or heal it. All we want to do is get that Kraken. But this guy is extremely slippery. I was trying to measure where the smoke screen ends to then fire, because I thought the kid might be running aground. But either I got unlucky or she probably didn't run aground. Still, there isn't much time left. We are gonna take the capstone, or the Haarlem will take the capstone. Oh, and there is the kid. Hello. And I think this is it. Oh, Well, I guess I would have taken that one torpedo. I did take that one torpedo. But I also got my Kraken unleashed from a close quarters expert at that. A Confederate, 2 close quarters experts, a Kraken unleashed, a high caliber, 110k damage done. Sank 5 ships out of 9. I sank more than half the enemy team this game. That's a pretty good result. 2363 base XP. The Zetan gets a compliment for playing well on the other side of the map, and the Haarlem gets a compliment too for actually sticking with me. Like basically the entire time. Also, the kid definitely deserves that compliment for being this slippery. 1.8 million potential damage. Secondaries did 26k, and I did damage to 8 of the 9 enemy ships. I did all of the damage to that submarine, 6k from airstrikes at that. Imagine if other players had airstrikes too. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I would like to thank the patrons on Patreon. Thank you very much for your continued support, and I hope I'll see you guys next time.